Welcome back to Lone Oak Farm for episode 2. So guys, hope you're all doing great today. Just a quick recap on the last episode. We just sold all the wheat from field 42. We made about $92,000 on that, so we were really happy. Then after we stopped recording last night, I baled up all the straw and I sold that for somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000. So again, I was really happy with that. So that really solved all the problems that I had with not having any seeds or lime or fertilizer or herbicide. I didn't have any of that, but now I can afford it quite easily. So yeah, I was really happy with that. One thing that I did realise was that this field had not been limed, it had not been ploughed. I don't know what fertilisation state it was in with the last crop, but I'd lost quite a lot of crop by it not being ploughed or limed. So through the night I ploughed the field. As you can see, it's now been limed as well, and now I'm giving its first fertilisation state. I'm going to plant soybean. I'm thinking that a field in its perfect condition, ploughed, limed, 2 fertilisation states, no weeds, I'm thinking soybean is going to give me a lot of money. So that is what we're aiming at today. Also, the grass that we mowed on the last episode, I'm hoping that that will be ready to mow again. Then we can bale all that and get it wrapped and sell it as silage. If I made 20 to 30,000 just from the straw, I'm thinking from silage we're going to make a lot of money. So yeah, that's what we're hoping for today. Now, what I didn't mention on the last episode was that I'd taken $1 million loan out to help get most of this equipment that we've got. So I need to get that loan paid off as well. $1 million, I know it sounds a lot of money, but on the easy economic level, I don't think it's going to be that difficult. I'll be honest with you, I didn't realise how big a jump it would be in prices when I turned on the economic difficulty, but yeah, I'm keeping it as it is, because like I said in the last episode, I don't want it as a grind. I want to just be able to get through and get all the money paid off, buy new machinery, buy the cattle, and yeah, we can move on with the Let's Play. So that's what we're aiming at, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this field fertilised and be with you in a moment. We're just finishing up here, and I'm quite pleasantly surprised we haven't used that much fertiliser. As you can see, I actually filled the tanks, both the solid and liquid fertiliser tank. This machine, you can have liquid fertiliser or herbicide in the liquid tank, and also solid fertiliser in the other tank. So yeah, like I say, quite surprised. I thought I'd use more fertiliser than I have done. I've been buying the fertiliser from the silo that I've put into the farm. It's one on the Mod Hub, where basically you can buy most things, I think anything really, from that silo. It will cost me 10% more to buy it from there than it will from the shop, but the shop's quite a way off on this map, so instead of having to transfer from the shop all the time, yeah, I've decided to put that silo down. It only cost me $10,000, and yeah, I can just fill up from the farm. I think I just missed a little bit over here. Yes, there it is. And then we've got the fertilisation done. Well, the first stage of fertilisation, should I say. So that will give me the 25% bonus on the crop yield. And there we go, field 42. It's not showing that it needs lime. It's not showing that it needs ploughing, and it is showing that first stage of fertilisation. So yeah, we're really happy with that. Once we've got the field sown with soybean, I'll be doing another cut on the grass. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to get it wrapped up and sold as silage. There's actually a few places on this map that you can sell your bales, your grass bales, hay bales, straw bales, and your silage bales. So yeah, you've got the bale sell point. Let me just have a quick look at the grass. I want to check whether it is ready to cut again. I don't know about that. Let's just jump out. Right, okay, it's saying ready to harvest, but it's obviously in the very first stage of ready to harvest. You can see there was the grass that hadn't been cut. It was a lot longer than the grass that had been cut. So I'm going to leave it until, like I said, we get this field sown. So yeah, you've got the bale sell point, you've got the Lone Oak barn, which is actually here on the farm, and you can sell all your bales there as well. You can sell loose there as well, and we own the biogas plant, so obviously you can sell there. One thing about the biogas plant, yes, you can sell bales there. In one of my games previously, I chucked a load of silage bales into there, and they started to sell, and it was all going great, and I was really happy with that. And a bit later on, I went back to the biogas plant, and there was three bales stuck at the bottom of the, I can't think of the word, the processor, and they just weren't. They weren't getting processed or anything like that. So yeah, there was 3 silage bales I'd lost by doing that. So I'm not going to take any bales to the biogas plant again. I'm just going to do them either here at the farm or at the bale sell point. Now this is the silo I was talking about, that you can buy practically anything. So I'm just going to buy my seeds here. Yep, there we go. And $5,700 to fill that tank of seeds. So like I said, it's cost me 10% more than it would have done if I'd bought it from the shop. But you get exactly the amount that you want. There's no extra line around or anything like that. And it saves me going all the way to the shop and back. That mod is by Edge Gaming, so thank you to you guys, because it is a really good mod. They also do the sell point as well. It looks very similar to the one where you buy anything from, but you can basically sell anything from the game there, and you can place that on your farm. I believe that's $10,000 as well. I think it is. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's $10,000 as well. And yeah, you can basically plonk that on your farm, and you don't really need to go anywhere. You don't need to go to the different sell points. It's got competitive prices. Sometimes it's better than, sometimes it's worse than other sell points. So yeah, it's just an extra thing that you can add to your game. So let's go ahead and get this field sown. And there we are, just finishing up. I've got to say that I think some artists allowing YouTubers to use their music on their videos is absolutely brilliant. That tune was Swampland by Chris Haugen, so thank you to you for that. On my last video I used music from Share Factory on the PlayStation, and I actually got told by YouTube that I'd used some copyrighted material, which I was unaware of. I just assumed that anything on Share Factory would be okay to use on a YouTube video, but it wasn't. So anybody else making videos, just be aware of that if you're using Share Factory. So yeah, people who do allow us to use their music, that is great. Thanks very much. I'm going to take the seeder, put it in the workshop, just make sure that everything's okay with it. Should just cost a few dollars. If you do it every time you've used it, then it keeps it in good condition. The grass looks ready to cut now, so that's great. So we'll get it in the workshop here, get it washed down as well. If you keep your equipment in good condition and you keep it clean, it works better. Both the condition and dirt on your machinery stops it working as well as it can do. For instance, with a sower like this, it'll probably use more seed than it would do if it was in a bad condition. It'd use more seed than it would in good condition as well. If it's dirty, it won't work as well also. So yeah, it's a bit awkward just backing this thing in here. Great wash down here. Again on the mod hub. I do like this one. There we go. And we'll get it washed down. It's not too bad. If, like I say, if you keep on top of it every time you use your equipment, keep on top of it, and it's going to stay in good condition and you're going to get the best effectiveness out of it. And there we go. Just give the tractor a quick spray. Beautiful. I've done quite a bit of work off camera. I was aware of how much work I was trying to get done and trying to get into the video today, and I don't think I'm going to get it all in, so I've given Field 42 another fertilization state off camera, so I'm now going to get the 50% yield bonus for the 2 fertilization states on that field. And I've mentioned a few times that I was going to cut this grass, so I thought I'd better get it done. Just had to go straight over where I went yesterday, and there we go. So I've got nice thick windrows to pick up with the baler. Nice. So I'm going to put this Big M away, park it up, and go fetch the baler. I think I put the baler just inside here in the machine shed here. I'm just trying to remember. I think I did. Ah, there it is. Okay. So we'll get hooked up to that. I'm just trying to think what to do with the money I'm going to make from this silage, because I'm pretty sure I am going to make a lot of money. I'm thinking, do I go straight into the livestock? I can probably afford the different machinery I'll need. I'll need a TMR mixer, some kind of forks, bale forks and what have you. I'll probably get a telehandler there. Obviously I'll need a water tanker, water stroke milk tanker. So it really does depend on how much money I make from selling this silage. The other way to go is to buy another field instead and eventually make more money that way, and then go into the livestock farming. I do want to get pigs, so if I'm going to have pigs, I'm going to need a few fields, because obviously they eat corn, they need wheat or barley, one of either canola, soybeans and sunflowers, and also one of the root crops, either potatoes or sugar beet. So yeah, I'm going to need a few fields, so I might go that way. Like I say, I'll just see how much money I make here. And that was It's All Happening by Huma. So thank you to you guys. So as we can see, we've made a lot of bales. I don't know how many, bazillion or something. Yeah, it's going to make us quite some money. Now, I need to get them wrapped, I need to get them collected, and I need to get them sold. I'm aware I've already done a couple of jump cuts on today's video, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to do a few more, because I really do want to get these bales sold on today's episode. So I'll see how long it takes me to get them wrapped, but wrapping and collecting bales, mainly the wrapping, it can take time, it really can, especially when you've got this many. From a field this side, usually it wouldn't last too long, but because I cut it twice, obviously there's double the amount of grass. I might have to think about investing in a Heston baler, one of the ones that will do 6,000 litre bales. So yeah, obviously for every 6 of these bales you'd only have 4 of those, or for every 3 of these bales you'd only have 2 of those. So yeah, it does keep the amount of wrapping down and the amount of work you've got to do, really. So I can't remember how much they are on the... Well, yeah, you've got to go to the mod hub. They're obviously free on the mod hub. All the mods are free on there, but I can't remember how much they are to buy in game. So I'll have to have a look and think about that. I don't particularly want to be spending my money on that right now, but it might be the way forward, thinking on how many bales I am making. We'll get the baler parked up, and we've got the bale wrapper pot right next to us. So that's nice and simple. So we'll get hooked up to this, and we'll get out there and wrap ourselves some bales. We've nearly finished up with the bales then, wrapping them, that is. I've had to cut most of it out. It would have been far too long, the video. if I'd shown wrapping all of the bales. So yeah, we've just cut that bit out, and we've got nice red bales there. Obviously we've got a modded bale wrapper here. If I don't mention the modder on an episode when I'm using their mods, I'll make sure that I double check who the modder is for each item, and I will mention them in the series. But you can find them all on the mod hub. Like I said, they're free of charge. So yeah, this model, the only difference is it lets you choose different colours for the foil wrap that goes around the bales. Thought I'd go for the nice bright red ones today. And I think this is our last bale. It's taken a while. It's taken me about 40 minutes, I think, in real time. So I'm going to get the bale trailer. I've got one of the mechanical auto collections. I have got the ones where they just jump onto the trailer. You can use those in your games and what have you. Depends on how much realism you want. Obviously, it's your game. It's what you prefer. What makes it most enjoyable? Some people hate trying to collect bales, and sometimes I use them in my games, and yeah, it just makes life so much easier. But today I've got the bale trailer. That's the actual in-game one. Collect 16 bales at a time on the mechanical lift, and stacks them up for you nice and neat. So I'm going to be using that and selling them at the sell point, and we'll see how much money we make at the end. I'm afraid to keep the video to a reasonable length though, it's going to have to be another time bender. So let's get collecting those bales. So that took a little bit longer than I expected, but never mind. So we'll just have a see how much money we've made. I just want to say quickly, Jeremy Copas with Then a Left Turn, followed by VYEN, Vian, with Inhale. Thank you to you guys for your music there. So we started off with $98,563. Beautiful sunset there. And we've made, okay, 267,485 in total. So that's just under $169,000 just off the silage there. So yeah, I think that's absolutely brilliant. Okay guys, so obviously it's gone dark. Can't do much more recording in the dark. So I just want to say I really do hope you've enjoyed watching today's video. I'll be back in just a few days with episode 3. We'll just get this thing parked up. There we go. So yeah, like I said, thanks very much guys. I hope you have a really good day. See you soon.